Do you understand how deeply entrenched you will become if you dare make this purchase? These things live to sell and keep you and hold you constrained within the Apple ecosystem. You will never climb out of it. I promise you. And it gets scary when you start to think about what Apple might pull off with this thing, right? You could have specific mixes set up in advance by the artist or producer for the headset you're listening to. Who else has the power? Who else has the connections and the handshakes necessary to potentially deliver that? I'm just talking right now. It finally happened. I finally got my hands on the brand new AirPods Max from Apple. That's a lot of them as well. I couldn't just get one, not at this point. I had been waiting so long. I was like, you know what? I want to show to people every single color because I kind of think it's a big part of Apple's identity right now is the color selection, whether it's phones or headphones. We're just seeing so many options and it's tickling people in all the right ways. I just wanted to show them all to you, and I thought, why don't we have an unboxing extravaganza? So we do have the green, we do have the pink, we do have the silver. What do they call this one? Space gray? I mean, it's not quite black. Yeah, they call it space gray. And then we also have the blue ones over here on the right. And by the way, I picked up the super premium Lightning to 3.5 millimeter audio jack cable because this doesn't come in the box. Unfortunately, if you do, you want to use a wired connection in order to listen to audio. And I read that you cannot use third-party cables. This is a specialty cable that is necessary for this purpose. You can't use just a regular Lightning to mini jack that you would find on Amazon. You need Apple's cable, and they'll recommend it to you when you go to purchase one of these. You're saying $550, Lou. You're saying, excuse me, I'd like to have a cable and all the various adapters. Truthfully, I don't think Apple even wants you to use this. I think they want you to be fully wireless. These things, these headphones are ultimately going to perform their best and be in their zone when they're used with iOS devices. Using an old-fashioned analog connection, I don't know, it just doesn't seem nearly as futuristic. I'm gonna just unbox some of these. I'm gonna listen maybe to a couple of them, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this whole thing. That's the purpose of this. And I'm coming with a fresh mind. I'm coming with an open mind. I did watch a few videos, but you know what? I'm gonna try to treat it as clean as possible here. The box, a very simple experience. Oh my goodness, I just exposed the most controversial component in the unboxing experience. And well, just to go with the product in general, the smart case purse looking thing, which, whoa, it just has people all fired up. It has the whole community just right fired up. They can't take it. They can't stand it. I don't even care that much, you know? It's funny. Maybe everybody else got angry enough for me that I don't feel the need to get angry all over again. One thing that does kind of bug me is the fact that in order to put the headphones immediately into low power mode, you do have to insert them into the case instead of having some sort of manual turn off switch. Now, they will eventually go to sleep after 5 minutes if they're laying on a table without the case. This is something Apple didn't really make clear initially. And then they put out a statement, I think today actually, stating that that would take place. I wish there was some kind of manual override or an option, a little toggle switch, if you did want these things to go to sleep a bit faster, depending on the way that you use them. But anyways, get used to the fact that you're a purse guy. You paid a lot of money here. Look at this. No, it wasn't. That could have been better. There we go. You paid a lot of money. You paid $550. Well, I paid more than $550. But if you buy this, you paid $550. My goodness. Ooh, okay. Strong scent. Strong scent. Smells like industry. It smells like $1 trillion company on the holidays. Let me take this out here. Oh, it is heavy. I have heard this. People saying, man, they're a bit heavy. You got like 100 grams on top of those world famous XM4s from Sony, which I personally use, and I can tell the weight difference right away. I don't know how much of it is the case, but this I'm sorry. I'm not. All right, look, listen, I'm giving it a fair shake. It's just, it's so funny that the way they did that. I don't know who presented it. It must have been some senior level person, a designer, where they were like, absolutely, that's the future right there. It's an accessory, and you're gonna own it with pride. Obviously, many have mentioned within the scene that this doesn't do some of the job you would expect for a case to do as far as protecting the device. You have a lot of exposure around the ear cups here, and the headband is fully exposed. If you did throw this in a bag, I mean, that's some delicate mesh right there. Could get poked or something like that. You don't want to have a pen in that bag. It's got a lot of wrapping going on. I'm gonna pull this out. Okay, there's the head. Oh, so the case also works to stop them from doing this, which kind of funny they do that by default. I wonder, okay, they tap each other. Yes. So this is leather, or I don't think so. It does have a nice soft microfiber interior, but all in all, I mean, I don't know what my expectation was for this material here. It probably feels a little bit less robust than I expected. Look at these little protectors right here. Oh, delicate. You pop them out. Those are quite nice looking indicators stitched in right and left. The ear pads themselves magnetically attach. Funny enough, not funny at all. They'll sell you ear cups, replacement ear cups, or different color ear cups for, I believe, $69, which is as much as some other wireless headphones. So the design is nice. Maybe if it had have included an extra set in there, we could have been very happy about that with the easy replacement. As far as adjustment is concerned, we have this little slidey aspect, this little slidey piston piece. So there's no clicking or ratcheting going on, which is a nice touch. It's all metal and aluminum in the design, very premium. As we look around the device, you'll see your lightning connector on the bottom to charge these up. I think you can get like an hour and a half of usage out of a 5-minute charge. So it does have some fast charging in there. So there was some hope that these would go to USB Type-C because you might hold on to them for like 5 years, and Lightning is likely to be dead 5 years from now. But anyway, for now, it's a Lightning connector. You also have microphones all over these things, not just for noise cancellation, but also for that transparency mode that I'm such a big fan of on a variety of headphone products that currently exist, including Apple's very own AirPods Pro. Interacting with the headphone is no touch controls on the outside. Instead, it's going to be this digital crown. It's similar to the watch, but a bit larger. It's kind of an unusual location, so it's going to be on the back side. Oh, it seems to be in transparency by default. I hear my own voice so very clearly right now. It's uncanny, and there's no lag. That transparency mode is likely superior to the transparency mode on my Sony XM4s, I have to say. So initial impressions there, they're definitely comfortable. I should try without the hat as well. I want to test this mesh headband. It's a little wider than your typical headband, and it does help, but it is a heavy headphone. It's a heavy headphone, I'll tell you that right now. I've tried a number of headphones. But it is comfortable. It is comfortable as of right now. Also inside the package, you've got your usual paperwork. There's no Apple stickers or anything like that. Below that, we have our only accessory in the package, which is a Lightning to USB Type-C cable. That's how you charge these up. You need to bring your own power brick to the party. Something tells me if you can afford the $550 on the headphones, the $35 for the cable is not gonna set you off if you need it. I mean, I'm just saying. It's sad but true. Why don't we go for something more flashy now, like this pink color? The official name here, pink with red headband. Interesting. You're an idiot, Lou. All right. I'm just calling it a purse. I mean, that's what it looks like. it's the kind of direction that Red has gone for Apple with the phones and other things. It keeps on moving towards an orangish coral thing, pink thing. But in this case, the actual headphones are kind of a nice tone. It's like a rose metallic type of color. Are people going to flex these headphones? That is the question. Are we going to see them flexed in public, or is it just strictly an at-home flex? Do you flex to yourself in the mirror? Maybe. So I could just snap off the right ear cup on the pink one and the right ear cup on the silver one. And I mean, you could even go one and one. I mean, we're talking about style after all. We're talking about flexing. This could be the ultimate scenario. It's quite possible. I was gonna select this one if I could only get one, because to me, it's an unusual color for a gadget. And it's darker. The headband is actually darker than I expected it to be. That's a nice, you could call that a nice blue. All right, so that's the space gray, and yeah, and that's too tough to say no to. For me, it's just simple. If you were gonna design this thing and draw it up in advance, I don't know, I just feel like it would probably come out of your head in space gray. It is only green that remains to be seen. Now this one is interesting. That is very minty. That headband is the mintiest green I've ever seen in my entire life. So that is an interesting color combo. Can't say I would buy it. However, it has some attitude to it. It has an energy to it, which is not pink and not blue. Because those two energies are well understood. The pink and blue energy. The green energy is far more mysterious. And then it's almost all of inside the ear cups. I mean, they're crazy. How do they make all these choices? This one, the case, is just not even like the ear cup or the headband. This case is its own thing. It's like an army green almost. So the green ones are definitely the wild card. And there's nothing wrong with that. I guess we might as well open up the cable, because I have been told that this is a special cable, and this is why you cannot use the third-party cables that exist out there. I don't know if there's a DAC inside of this cable, or why it unlocks this functionality where the others don't. Is it more intelligent, this cable? Is it made by Apple, this cable? So it is a thin wire. I don't know, how long is that? That's about 4 feet. If you did want to, you would be doing this and then that. Now, oh, you know where you would have to use this is if you were going to fly in an airplane and you wanted to connect to the entertainment system on the airplane. Typically, you're not gonna be able to connect via wireless. So you would use this into here, into the airplane setup, or maybe possibly still need to go into a secondary adapter from here. I'm glad they at least make this, but it's a bit of a sting, certainly, that you gotta pay $35 extra. You know what? Maybe they should have just put this in the box. Just for what it is, maybe they should have just put that in the box. This costs Apple $1 to make, I would assume. Okay. Yes! Apple Magic. You see, that is $550. That's what it's all about right there. I'm into the noise cancellation right now. My own voice is very muffled. Test. Kirk's test is barely there. I mean, if it's canceled, but it's not complete fishbowl canceled. It's just one button. It's either noise canceling or transparency, and it's a single tap. They tried to simplify it. The only other control I think you have, yeah, you have that control, and then you have your volume toggle, which makes a clicky noise to it, which is actually a little bit satisfying. It's a lot going on. There's all kinds of little enhancements happening, and it's very difficult because How could you make the most out of a wireless experience if you've just admitted, okay, fine, it's going to be wireless? And Apple's way is by putting smart chips inside of each ear cup in order to do the computational magic variety of EQ and spatial awareness and all the rest of it to try to enhance your experience. That's all fine and well when it comes to consumption. When you're trying to get immersed in an experience and you're trying to watch a movie, yeah, give me the magic tricks. But if I'm trying to wear these things on the Final Cut Pro timeline, you get a little bit worried about whether you're hearing the actual thing or not, because there's all kinds of, well, I can hear the EQ. I can hear the interpretation and the enhancements. But I'm on the Winter Wonderland track. That's Johnny Mathis right there, and it feels magical right now. Okay, let me go do the pop music. I know you guys want me to do the pop music. I don't know. What's the song of the year? A lot of rumble, a lot of low end. I mean, that's what they're doing, right? That's what they're doing. I mean, they scooped it out in the middle. Those are the tactics. That gives you that dynamics. That's what the average person, they pick up a pair of headphones, they say, oh, that sounds. But what if I go and, into some classical or something? This experience here doesn't feel like a $550 experience. Question is, if I were in Apple Music, I'm not an Apple Music subscriber, am I? I just signed up to Apple Music for you guys, all right? I probably didn't even have to do that, but whatever. I don't think this thing is tuned up for, some Mozart. But I'm just going to go out and say in this limited experience right here, this is a, electronic pop music. It's a 2020 thing for the most part right now. However, let's not forget my reaction to my first experience with spatial audio technology, which is completely unique to the category. If I turn my head, Bane is talking in the movie, but Bane stays here. Bane is always here, and your brain is doing some weird analysis of how realistic the source of audio is based on your ability to pinpoint your impression of where that source exists. It sounds so subtle and unnecessary, but when you experience it, it's like it's something to it. It's a movie theater. It's a movie theater in your pocket. That's the killer functionality. That's the killer feature as far as I'm concerned. That's the big difference maker compared to anything else that I've tried. However, I do need to try the wire. I did spend $35 on a lightning to mini jack cable, so I might as well try it, see if anything changes. This part, where does that go? And then does it automatically switch over, I wonder? We go like this. We go back on. Yeah, I might be able to tell a little bit of a difference on the wire. It might sound a little bit better to me on the wire. Holy moly, comprehensive. I don't know. It's such a tough product, right? It's like to come into a new segment like over the ear headphones and to come in at a price point of $550 with your first product, it just feels a little bit conceited. And particularly in 2020, where it's like, maybe the disposable income isn't so readily available right now. As a headphone sitting here today, I can't possibly tell most people to go out and spend $550 on it. It's just not going to change your life in a $550 way. It's not going to feel like a new PlayStation. If you're on the fence, you do not need to run out and get it. If you already knew you wanted it before you clicked on it, you still want it. And you should probably just find a way to get it. I guess that's how this whole thing works, isn't it? I don't know. You like something, you get it. Feel special for a minute. I've been doing that for a while. It's called Unbox Therapy. Probably gonna keep doing it.